Once again, we're on the spot. Welcome to On the Spot. I'm here with Jerry Beverly. He's a realtor based out of Oakland Bay area. He's a guest on the podcast today on the spot OTS. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Jerry, and we'll go from there. Floor's yours.
Jerry Beverly, investor, real estate agent, Bay Area. I've been at it for 10 plus years now.
Nice, nice, good one. So you wait for the questions, and we'll get started.
Let's do it.
All right. What are your thoughts on the real estate market? I know you're on the Bay Area in Oakland, but what are your thoughts and predictions for going forward as far as now?
I think it's really slow right now. The market that I'm in, Oakland, Alameda, there's a lot of inventory, but also a lot of inventory sitting. I think our days on market has definitely increased substantially since the COVID times. I think we're about 30 days on average. I think the national average is about 50. It's a lot of people locked up in 2 or 3% interest rates, about 40% roughly. So a little bit of a gridlock. I think for the future of real estate, I think that it should loosen up a bit. I think rates will eventually go down a bit. I don't see prices going down much. I see more foreclosures coming to market, but I don't think it's going to be a crash like 2008 or 2009. But I think there'll be more opportunities because of that. But outside of that, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about the real estate market right now.
Nice, good thoughts. You want to share a struggle you went through, or growing up, or real estate, or something?
Struggle growing up. I'm gonna say the biggest struggle for me was just knowing and seeing other real estate professionals before getting into it.
Hmm.
I'm a kid from Pittsburgh, California, so I didn't run across it much. I didn't see it. I didn't see it as a career path. So just seeing myself in that light was definitely a struggle for me. And then, the struggles of real estate that everybody has is just keeping business going and staying consistent.
Yeah, what was your job before real estate? Oh,
Ooh, I had a few of them.
yeah.
I was a barista at Starbucks out in
Okay.
Antioch.
Okay.
I was a tax preparer. I was a financial aid counselor at Los Medanos College.
Oh,
And
wow.
my last one was I was a contract administrator for Cushman and Wakefield, and our client was PG&E. That was the last job I had before
Nice.
I went fully into real estate.
Cool. You want to share a quote that you live by or that you think stands out?
Everything that looks good to you is not good for you.
Oh,
That comes from my dad.
okay. Nice.
Yes,
Good
sir.
one. You got a favorite show you watch nowadays on Netflix or Apple TV or somewhere out there that you watch, that you want to talk about or that's good?
Uh, I watched one recently. It was like the men that made America. They were talking about like how chocolate, the story of Hershey's and I think Mars bar. That was
Okay.
interesting to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been watching that, and I watched one on Vanderbilt, and yeah, I've been watching those recently. Yeah, the men who built America.
Okay. And that's on Netflix?
I
Or
believe that one is on Hulu.
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
that was on Hulu.
All right.
hmm
So we can check that out. Um, who is on your Mount Rushmore of basketball?
Ooh. Okay. Just put everything in context. I'm 5'8" on a good day.
Okay.
Okay. So my number one is gonna be Allen Iverson.
Okay.
That's who I looked up to growing up.
Okay.
Um, I graduated high school in 2004. I want to go with LeBron James because I, I mean, when you're 03, 04, it was Sebastian Telfair and it was LeBron James, 03, 04. So I kind of saw his whole career and he lived
Hmm.
up to it. And then number three is going to be Steph Curry. I remember watching Steph Curry. I think we were in college at the same time. He was maybe like 1 year younger than me or two
Hmm.
years younger than me. But
Yeah.
seeing the beginning of his career to seeing what it's become, I'm going with KD just because that's KD. He's one of the best scorers ever.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna put John Stockton up there.
Oh, yeah.
John Stockton up there. 'Cause I went to school in Spokane. I played with his nephew, and I got to actually play against John Stockton once.
Oh,
Super
nice.
competitive. Super
Okay.
competitive. So yeah,
Nice.
that's mine.
Okay. So who's your GOAT
We're going with LeBron.
over MJ?
We're going over LeBron over MJ because I didn't really get to see MJ that much. I mean, I wore his shoes.
Yeah.
but I didn't get to see his career from the beginning to end. And I got to see LeBron's from beginning to end. You can't forget about Kobe,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna go with LeBron just because I've seen everything. And when he played against my Warriors, I've never felt that we. I've never had that feeling like you can't stop that guy when he was wearing the black jerseys and he did
Yeah.
this, that. Yeah, he was a scary man. That was a one man team almost. I mean, Kyrie's great. Dang, I didn't put Kyrie Irving on there. He has one of the best handles ever. But yeah, let's go with LeBron, man. Let's go with
Okay.
LeBron.
All right. Where'd you end up playing high school and then college at? How many points do you think you scored career-wise?
Oh, I wasn't a big scorer. I couldn't even put numbers to that, but I played at Pittsburgh. I played at Berean Christian
Hmm.
first. I played freshman and then got moved up to JVs. I was all of 4'11" as a freshman, and then I played at Pittsburgh as a sophomore. I played varsity, and I played JVs after that, which was weird. And then I played at Delta Junior College, and then I played at Whitworth University. But
Okay.
I didn't. I was honestly, man, I just got good grades.
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't put up incredible numbers like that. I
Yeah.
think the transition from high school to college was different for me because you went from a guard being 5'5" to 6 foot, and then you have the guards that are 6'3", doing everything and finishing at the rim. So that was a heck of a transition for me.
Okay. And then who was the best player you think you faced or playing against growing up or in college or wherever?
Growing up, ooh, you may know him, Theodis Robertson.
Oh, okay.
Hard. We
Yeah.
grew up together. So
Yeah.
Theodis was like 5'11" in like the seventh, eighth grade. He was a big man, and then when he went to Cal, he became a guard. And just to see his development, he was unstoppable. Like
Mhm.
playing against him all the time growing up made me a better basketball player for sure. So let's go with Thee.
Gotcha. Um,
Daylight guy. He's a daylight guy.
is he? Yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's coaching out. Yeah, I think he's
He's a
still
daylight guy.
somewhere. I think Cal, right? I think.
Yeah, I think he's doing something with Cal. But yeah, he coached for the Warriors and everything.
Um, what are your thoughts on March Madness and how's your bracket looked, if you did one or not? So far, we're
I
kind of in the
didn't
heat of
do
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do one. March Madness, I kind of always go for the Zags just because I went to school in Spokane. But no, I didn't. I didn't really put too much into it. I haven't been watching too much college basketball.
Okay. Okay, good that we're at the Sweet 16 now, so it should be good. And then
Mm.
coming in town here next week, so
Oh, nice.
for the Elite Eight. But yeah, um, what's something you did in the pandemic that you carried over since that you use or part of your daily life or whatever? Anything that stands out?
I started a YouTube channel during the pandemic, and I
Okay.
still do it. Yeah, YouTube
Yeah.
channel and my online presence. I built
Okay.
that during the pandemic. I'm
Okay.
still doing it.
Cool. What's your dream car?
That Tesla Roadster that hasn't come out yet. It's supposed to come out in 2025.
Okay.
That would be my dream car right now. I haven't really seen. I saw like when he does his shows, but
Hmm.
I haven't seen it on the street. I don't think they dropped it yet. But
Okay.
that's something that's the car that I want.
And what are your thoughts on the EV car? Have you experienced it? What do you think? You like it?
Yeah, yeah, I've experienced it. I had a Tesla, and I think it's great. Um, we'll see. I think I save money with gas. It's more so like having a charger readily available.
Hmm.
If not, it can be somewhat of the inconvenience. But I like the EVs.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Um, what age would you want to go back to if you could and live at? What would it be?
Man, what age? Probably, I don't know why, but like probably like 12. I would want to go back to 12 years old and just kind of rethink everything from there if I could.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
You got a favorite field trip as a kid you did growing up that stands out?
Favorite what?
Field trip. You going to
The
field trips?
Exploratorium. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Exploratorium. Yep, in SF.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That's one I just remembered. I just remembered. I remember that whole field trip. I remember taking the bus there, going there, having lunch, and
Yeah.
driving home. Because going from Pittsburgh to San Francisco was like we're leaving the country. That's what it felt like.
Um, Let me ask you this: generation you grew up in, you're a millennial, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, millennial,
Uh,
86.
okay. What are your thoughts on as far as with the tech and how kids nowadays have it earlier? We kind of grew up with it, but not. It was we kind of adapted to it, but the kids nowadays have it, in their hands, like when they're elder, little younger kids.
Um, Technology, man. I think it's great. I think it's great for the kids that have it. It's something that I need to learn more, but I think that it makes people's lives. I think it can make people's lives a little bit easier, more
Hmm.
efficient, effective.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to get better and better, honestly. So I'm all for it. It's just for us as older people, we have to learn how to use it in our lives.
Hmm. And what about ChatGPT? What do you think about that tool we
I
have
think it's
now?
great. I
Yeah.
think it's great. I'm using it currently. Um, it's one of the ones where we've had it. We've been living our life for so long, not using a tool like that. I have to really tell myself, or if you're gonna do something, like for instance, like when we list a home, like a description, I'll
Hmm.
use ChatGPT for it.
Yeah.
I even had a client the other day put in the cash on cash return on a building he's looking to buy, and that was somewhat impressive. So I think Chat GPT is great, and we just need to learn how to use it because I think it's going to be. I think we're going to use that, you know, like we use our phone
Hmm.
moving forward.
Cool. You got a movie recently watched that you like that's good or bad?
You know what? I had a daughter about a year and a half ago, so I've been watching Sing One and Sing Two. I don't know if you know what it is, but I'm sure some
No.
of your viewers know what it is. Look it up.
Is it
Sing
a
One
Disney
and Sing.
movie?
I don't think it's Disney, but it's a
Yeah.
lot of animals singing,
Oh,
and I kind
okay.
of know all the songs. Yeah, and I like follow the story. Yeah, Sing One and Sing Two. Look it up. It's a good one.
Okay. I'll look for it. Are you an Apple or Android guy?
Apple.
Yeah. How
Everything
so?
connects.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything connects. I love it.
Okay.
Are you? What
Um,
are you?
I'm an
Are
Apple
you Apple?
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen Android how they work. I can use them a little bit, but I think Apple is just a little user friendly.
Okay.
Less, problem solving. Less, But I think the Android is more powerful, but Apple's good for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now. For now.
Um, you want to share a tip of the week, business tip or success tip?
Business. Just keep going. Things get
Yeah.
rough. There's ups and downs. Nothing is like this. It's always up and down. So keep going. Enjoy what you do. Be grateful that you can do what you do, and just don't stop until you reach your goals.
That's a good one. Um, if you had to sit down and eat with somebody, who would it be, dead or alive? Who would you pick?
Man, I probably have like two. I would go with Don Peoples, who's a real estate developer. And
Hmm.
then I would go like back in the day, Frederick Douglass, just to see how he thought. Revolutionary. Those two
Okay.
guys. I would love to sit down with those two.
Okay. Now, what about if you're stuck in an elevator? Who would you want to be stuck with?
If we're stuck in an elevator,
Yeah.
you know what? I probably need to be a little bit entertained there. That would be a good conversation there. I'm gonna go with like a Kanye West and a Kevin
Okay.
Hart.
Okay.
Those guys. I want to talk to those guys. See what they have to say. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be a good one.
All right. Um, who's your favorite sports team and player?
Warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors for sure my favorite for sports team. It's the only team that I kind of grew up watching and standing outside and watching all the players. My favorite player, I mean, I can't say Steph because that's just everybody's favorite player right now. A young guy that I like watching right now is the Ball brother, LaMelo Ball.
Oh
I
yeah.
just like watching him. He's entertaining. He's
Yeah.
very entertaining. John Morant, very entertaining.
Hmm.
Yeah, those guys. I see LaMelo plays like he's playing N1 basketball. He shoots a three off 1 foot, you know? And then again, like to see his journey, and he actually is good. I didn't
Hmm.
think that would happen. So yeah, one of those guys. And John Morant, he's dunking on everybody. I would like for him to put down the guns, but just put down the guns and keep dunking.
Hmm.
But yeah, John Morant, for
Okay.
sure. He's entertaining. Am I missing anybody? Yeah, probably those two, and of course Steph Curry.
Okay. Did you watch wrestling as a kid growing up? And he did. Did you have a favorite wrestler? Or yeah,
Absolutely, The
yeah.
Rock. It
The
doesn't
Rock?
matter what your name is. Yes, The
Okay.
Rock, for
Yeah.
sure. Favorite wrestler, hands down. He
Yeah.
was the jabroni of all jabronis.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good one. I remember him. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Remember
coming
him,
back.
right?
Yeah, he's coming back now. He's back.
Okay.
He's the last boss now. He's all. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, he's back now. Um, what advice would you give to yourself at 12 years old?
I would tell myself that I can do anything I put my mind to, and don't have reservations about it, and don't make excuses, and just know that it's on me to make it easier for the next generation that's coming up. And that's kind of how I would live my life there. Yeah, that's what I'll tell my 12-year-old self.
Those are good words of wisdom right there. Um,
Absolutely.
how long you been a homeowner for, and what do you like about the city you live in?
I bought my first property 2018, and then second 2022. I like it. I like it. It's expensive. The one I live in now is in Alameda,
Hmm.
and I love it. I love the city. I love it. It's walkable. It's peaceful. It's kind of centrally located. So yeah,
Okay, so Alameda,
Alameda.
nice area over there. Yeah, kind of the cuts, but
Yeah,
it's nice. Yeah.
I
Okay.
like it.
Let me ask you this: if you weren't at your current job, what would you be doing? If you were in real estate right now, what would you be doing for work?
Man, man, that's a good question. What would I be doing? I don't know. I'd probably be an entrepreneur somewhere doing something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'd be an entrepreneur selling something, selling a product somewhere if I wasn't in real estate. Yeah.
Okay. You got a favorite video game or board game that you want to share, or or
I
both?
sucked at video games growing up, and
Really?
I don't even play them. I was horrible. I don't play video games. I'm bad at video games. But a board game, I like Monopoly.
Yeah.
I do like Monopoly. Buy all the cheap properties and make everybody pay you rent. That's a good one.
Yeah. Get hotels and old houses right on them.
Yep. Yep.
All
hmm
right. What's your drink of choice?
My drink,
Yeah.
like alcohol or just like water.
Can you read both?
Let's go with water for one. That's a great drink. And then like if
Okay.
I'm gonna drink, I'll probably have like a Angel's Envy. I think it's a Scotch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Scotch. Yeah,
Angel's
Angel's
Envy.
Envy.
Okay. Never heard that one. Okay.
Try that one. It's a good one. Angel's Envy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You want to share a guilty pleasure with us?
Guilty pleasure. I like
Yeah.
sugar.
Okay.
I love sugar. Like I binge on sugar. It's
It's
horrible.
like
I
no
gotta
candy
stop.
then.
Candy,
Yeah.
cookies.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a real ice cream guy, but yeah, cookies. I love
Okay.
cookies. I can go through like the Girl Scout cookies. I can
Hmm.
eat boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
What's your favorite one?
The mint one,
Okay.
and I like to freeze them first. Freeze
Freezer.
the mint ones and eat them. If you haven't tried it,
No, I've tried it
highly.
before. Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I've tried it
Okay.
frozen and yeah, they're good. Yeah. Those in the
Yeah. Oh,
Samoas, I think I eat those ones. The
oh, you
little
like
caramel.
Samoas?
Yeah, the
Okay.
caramel with the chocolate on it. Yeah, those are good.
hmm Yeah, those are loaded. Those are loaded.
They
Absolutely.
are. Okay. You got a favorite emoji?
The one that does this, I
Oh,
like
like
that
salute.
emoji. I don't know why. It's like a half face with a salute.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my emoji. I like
Okay.
that emoji. It like popped up randomly. I was like, yeah, I like that one. I use it all the
Okay.
time. I use it when I don't need to use it.
Right.
People are very confused when I send that emoji.
Yeah. Nice. And then nominate someone to be on the show. Be a good guest I can reach out to and get them on here. You got a couple people you can nominate.
Uh, you should definitely talk to Crystal, Florida, another real estate professional.
Okay.
Yeah, talk to Crystal. That's who I nominate. Crystal, Florida.
Okay. All right, I'll
Absolutely.
reach out to her. I think I can
She
get on.
is great.
I know she had a kid, but I think I can get on here.
Yeah.
So
She had a kid. She played
yeah,
basketball. She sells real
yeah,
estate. She'll have some
yeah.
good answers for sure.
Okay. Okay. And then how do we follow you and find you on social media and all that good stuff? Get some taglines and stuff to follow you and stuff.
Uh, I'm Call Jerry everywhere. At Call Jerry.
Okay.
Two L's, two R's, two Y's. Call Jerry on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of them.
Okay. Cool.
That's where you can find me. Absolutely.
All right, man. If you have any questions about the recent market, you can reach out, make questions, stuff like that. We can advise you. And from on the spot, we're out of here. We are on Spotify too. So if anyone out there on Spotify, just subscribe out there. So it's a new little channel. But yeah, so from on the spot, we're out of here. Any final words, Jerry?
Hey, before we end, I would like to
Yeah.
know who your Mount Rushmore is.
Okay.
I want your Mount Rushmore, and I would love your goat as well.
Okay. So my Rushmore, I'm going Jordan, Kobe. I'm going Dirk, and I like Jerry West's logo for
Okay.
my guys. Yeah, I just think
Mm.
you know being innovative. I think Jordan, what he did and how he did it. Kobe, I think just seeing how he worked, ethic, cut out the Jordan. And Dirk being the best European, I think, player that played without having any stars around him that were former teams. I mean, go back to his 2011 run, he beat like KD, Harden, those guys, and beat Kobe. Then he beat uh, the Spurs. He beat all those like tough teams to get to where he
He
was that one year.
did. He did.
So
He was on the same team as Sean Bradley too.
he was, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember Sean Bradley for,
Yep. Remember
yeah,
Sean Bradley? Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And
Okay.
then
And you,
yeah, Jordan being the goat. So
really? Why is
yeah,
that?
just what he did for the game, and he's at the shoe brand. I mean, he's just iconic star you just see around, and it's hard to. I mean, I saw him play as a kid growing up a little bit, but it's just what he did for the game, and like it just like you think basketball, you think of Jordan.
Yeah,
So
he is an innovator. He did
yeah,
innovate. He was an
yeah.
innovator. That's
So
it.
then yeah, but I think Curry's innovating too, so he's up there. But yeah. So
Absolutely.
all
I
right,
hear you. Hear you. Well, Steven, thanks for having me, man.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
always. All right, so we're on the spot. We're out of here.
Later.